When a single business succeeds, the owner benefits, a brand is built, and an impact is made. You can hear the economy sizzle. But just think about what happens when thousands of businesses all come together to advance common interests and address issues. It's a sizzling sound that can be heard throughout the entire community, and it's coming from the Greater Miami Chamber. Collectively, we accomplish what no individual or business can achieve simply on its own. And we've been sizzling all year long, lighting the way, reaching more than 450,000 employees through our member companies. It's member investment, not government, sparking the energy of the Chamber, the voice of business by business. To attract new members, the Chamber combined media to its traditional volunteer-driven campaigns. On the radio and in print, we reinforce the Chamber's main message: we're greater together. Through the Invest in South Florida campaign, the Chamber generated more than $500,000 in memberships and sponsorships. Top producers qualified for the annual Chamber Thank You Trip. This year, the Achievers visited New Orleans. Talk about sizzle. Increasing our members' ROI is always top of mind. So we launched our new website to improve the online experience and added new free features. We strengthened existing programs like the monthly trustee luncheons with top-notch keynote speakers. We averaged upwards of 350 members at each and have been noted as the best place to meet the power elite in town and are among the top speaking forums. Our Chamber Perks program offers all members sizable savings on everyday office expenses from Office Depot, FedEx, and UPS, among others. In fact, throughout the year, programming was customized for all levels of membership. From bagels with the boss for new members to those getting their chamber feet wet with speed dating for business, special networking receptions for trustees, and VIP experiences for Chairman's Circle members during Art Basel and the Polo World Cup. We work on matters of civic pride and professional business development and create understanding of pressing economic and business issues facing our most critical industries. The Chamber put a spotlight on our community's sports industry. The one and only Meet the Dolphins kickoff luncheon was brought back this year, and through the South Florida Progress Foundation, the committee commissioned 2 studies to focus on the overall contribution of sports to our economy. Our Military Affairs Committee heralded members of the military at the Service Person of the Year Awards. It featured the 313th Army Band and Colonel Danny McKnight, whose story was the basis of the book and movie Black Hawk Down, and honored veterans with a special day at Jungle Island. The Chamber received kudos too from Army Garrison Miami for its long-lasting partnership. The New World Center Committee, whose focus has been on the downtown area for nearly 45 years, voiced its support for Miami Marine Stadium restoration, discussed the massive Brickell City Center project, and how strategic investment can create thriving urban neighborhoods. Our Sustainability, Environment, and Energy Committee received a grant from Miami-Dade County to educate businesses on issues like the cost and impact of extreme weather, the plans to repair the county's crumbling sewer system, building green, and LEED certification. The Chamber's Transportation and Infrastructure Committee drew the attention of U.S. Congressman John Mica and Mario Diaz-Balart, who discussed important legislation with members. Its Move-In Task Force, a joint initiative with Miami-Dade County, impressed upon motorists, don't block the box. Additional programming focused on infrastructure improvements that will drive our future. The Tunnel's Chris Hodgkins addressed trustees, and the committee experienced the Port Tunnel up close and personal. The Chamber's commitment to partnering for future progress was even cited by President Obama when he visited Port Miami. The Chamber's Healthcare Committee nabbed Marilyn Tavener as keynote speaker for the industry favorite Healthcare Heroes Luncheon and presented a health symposium that stimulated timely discussion about the Affordable Care Act and the policies fast approaching businesses this year. Educational and business-focused seminars were created around topical issues to help members gain personal and professional growth while fostering enhanced business and industry development. It's a Chamber tradition to recognize achievers in our important business segments. We celebrated leaders in high-tech and real estate, human resources, minority businesses, international business, community and industry leadership, and nonprofits in a series of awards luncheons. And speaking of luncheons, the Creative Industries Group brought some sizzle to our programming with musical and theatrical performances. International issues are as woven into the fabric of this community and into each of our businesses as are the domestic ones. This year, the International Business Group's Global Briefing Series kept members informed on intellectual property protection, foreign trade zones, and free trade agreements. We had a constant stream of foreign dignitaries calling on the Chamber, including the Secretary of State for Trade of Spain, a delegation from Macedonia, and Chinese executives seeking business opportunities in South Florida. So it was no surprise that the Chamber headed east to Hong Kong and Singapore to kick off its business development missions. The rest of the Americas linkage schedule included stops in Peru, the Dominican Republic, Brazil, and Mexico, where participants forge business relationships that lead to new opportunities. The Chamber's Consular and Trade Representatives Outreach Program helps integrate these foreign dignitaries into the South Florida business community via special programming and memberships underwritten by Baptist Health International. In governmental affairs, the fall election brought the Chamber's hobnob to Miami-Dade College, where local candidates made their case to voters. The Chamber was also busy hosting U.S. Secretary of the Interior, Ken Salazar. Assistant Secretary for Economics and Business Affairs, Jose Fernandez. But among the most critical functions the Chamber performs on behalf of its members is to bring the voice of business to the legislature. Our Tallahassee and Washington, D.C. fly-ins were focused on the critical issues that demanded a lot of the Chamber's time. We were among those that saved Opelika from closure. When we learned the Coast Guard's search and rescue activities would be at risk, the Chamber jumped in, and Rear Admiral W.D. Baumgartner sent a letter of thanks and appreciation for our actions. Cultivating leaders is the focus of the Chamber's leadership programs. Be it high school students via Youth Leadership Miami, or by community integration via our Senior Executive Orientation program, often copied but never matched, that welcomes new senior-level managers and executives to our community with an outstanding sampling of our live, work, and play mantra. You can find young professionals finding their way into the Chamber via our Hype Miami Committee and their networking receptions and industry panel sessions. But it's our tried and true Leadership Miami program in its 34th year that inspires, encourages, and challenges class participants to make a difference for Miami. And each year, each class finds a way to do it better. In addition to all the work generated by all of our committees, the Chamber had several terrific signature programs that began here at last year's Goals Conference. We continued with the annual Open House, South Florida Economic Summit, and of course, Sand in My Shoes, the most prestigious civic award program in Miami. This year, we were truly honored to acknowledge the work of Gloria and Emilio Estefan. They branded Miami to the world. It was a special night, and the sold-out ballroom was transformed from a traditional business awards event to a night of celebration, a gathering of friends. It was a night to remember. In fact, the Chamber's 2012-2013 year was a very special year. Our complete program of work contributed jobs and business growth, provided leadership experience, and what sets us apart from the rest, helped our community achieve. That's what this Chamber does. We help illuminate everything good about Miami and help address the community's challenges. And it's all because of you, our members, the Greater Miami Chamber, because we're greater together.